The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure dub is good, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. I know a bunch of pretentious assholes want to slap the shit out of me for saying that.
Right. Huh? Isn't that right? Huh, brother?
I've never watched JoJo in sub. Every single time I watched it, it was with the dub. I've seen tons of clips of the sub. I know how the sub actors sound, I know how their sub voices sound. I think it matches pretty perfectly, and I know I'm gonna have a hot take, I know I'm gonna say something really controversial, but I feel like the dub voices fit most of the characters better than the sub voices.
What the hell is wrong with you?
A lot of you like to write off the dub as just absolute shit, which it's not. And I know one of the big arguments is gonna be, well, they have to change all the cool music reference names for copyright. And it's like, well yeah, but I can excuse it, because if not, they get their asses sued. Especially since copyright works way differently in Japan than it does here. Rocky's able to just name a stand after any musical band or song and he'll be just fine. Besides, some of the dub name changes are funny and they make me laugh. Bad Company is Worse Company. Crazy Diamond is Shining Diamond. Limp Bizkit was Flaccid Pancake, but now it's a way less cool and way less funny Limp Viscuit, whatever the fuck that means. It would've been funnier if they said Limp Brisket. Dragon's Dream got changed to Drake's Dream. And pretty much 99% of the dub voices I prefer over the sub voices. Again, the sub is good, I just prefer the dub a lot. And I know this is a really weird thing that probably only I do, but whenever I'm watching JoJo, I have my phone in my hand, so every time they say a character's name or a stand name, I just look up what the actual one is, and I use the actual name. Also, the Japanese voices for all these characters are great. I just personally feel like the dub voices fit better. The Japanese Part 3 Joseph, and especially the Japanese Jotaro voice, are iconic. But I really like the dub voices a lot more.
He's no longer your problem. I'll be taking my grandson home now.
Your grandson?
Come out. It's time to go home.
Get lost. I didn't ask you to come here. You really think you can help me? An old man like yourself?
I feel like Richard Epker matches old Joseph really well, mostly because he just sounds like a granddad, and he just sounds like someone who's been through some similar shit before. And I feel like he matches that fun grandpa voice a lot better than the Japanese voice, even though the Japanese voice is still really good. And Matt Mercer is just perfect for Jotaro. He captures that delinquent douchebag teenager attitude perfectly in Part 3, and yet his soft yet subtle and strong voice matches really well with adult Jotaro, and his voice just perfectly complements the mentor attitude of Jotaro in later parts. I can't really think of any sub voices that I think fit the character better than the dub voice. And while I would love to ramble about how great all of the voices are in the dub, I'm only gonna do a few more. Kametz, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, but I thought his voice was absolutely perfect for Josuke, and it's honestly the best English voice from the whole series in my opinion. And I just feel like it was perfectly casted. Billy's voice perfectly captured this teenager with a heart of gold who you'd love to be friends with. And it helps sell the idea that Josuke is meant to represent just that one guy you could just hang out with. That one really kind dude who's just always there for you. The guy who always tries to do the right thing. And I don't know anything about Part 8 because I've only seen the anime so far, but I thought it would have been really cool for Billy to come back to voice Part 8 Josuke. But sadly, in 2022, he lost a battle to cancer and passed away. And it really upsets me because he was one of the best voice actors in this series. And in my heart, he will always be the definitive, perfect version of Josuke. Rest in peace, Billy.
I'm tired of your incessant squawking! He's faster than I ever imagined! If you keep it up, I'll just have to de-beak you myself! And by the way, Jotaro's Star Platinum's got nothing on me. Don't ever forget that.
I also really feel like Polnareff, one of the best written characters in all of JoJo, has an amazing dub voice, and Doug Erholtz perfectly captures that flirtatious French swordsman attitude. And he shows off his range by being serious and goofy, and pretty much portraying every emotion with Polnareff, and his voice perfectly complements Polnareff's excellent writing.
What? There, he was with that man in the street.
The gun is mightier than the sword.
Huh?
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Wait, what? Who the hell are you, buddy?
Whole horse. That's what they call me. I'm a stand user, just like you are, and my card is the Emperor.
Oh, and Amari Williams does an excellent job of capturing the cowboy persona of Whole Horse. And last but not least, I just want to mention Kira Buckland. She voices Raimi Sugimoto in JoJo Part 4 and voices Jolene Cujo in Part 6. And also, she often cosplays as the characters that she voices. I think that's really cool that she's a nerd. Just like me!
I gotta get thrown in prison for you to help me? Is that how you show love? Not that it matters. There's no space for you in my heart. But whatever, Pops. I'll take in that shocking story and that whole stand thing under advisement. You can go on home now. And don't come see me again.
That's pretty much all I have to say. The dub is good, it's underrated, too many people hate on it. I know this video wasn't very long or super in-depth, but that's because I can't really go super in-depth with it, because it would get extremely fucking repetitive, and even if I did, it would take a few hours because I would be talking about almost every character voice being better in dub. The only sub voice I might prefer is probably Kira's, but that's about it. If you like JoJo content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'm working on a lot of videos right now and I'm trying to bring back some of the JoJo content, but just remember, I like the dub. Also, I'm gonna try and find a better solution so you don't have to listen to my fucking air conditioner in every fucking video, but for right now it's staying, because I'm not gonna burn alive.